And then he mad at a motherfucker for not shaking his hand? And y'all for that? Man, y'all need to cut it out, man. Y'all some girls now, man. Y'all some suckers for that. Really? This is what amazes me about this entire situation. Look, like Michael Jordan hates Zeke. Why don't nobody hate Chuck Daly? People tell me this all the time. I ask them, so why you hate Zeke? Oh man, he was the face of the team. More than the coach? I thought the coach, the point guard, was an extension of the coach. If a point guard is an extension of the coach and the point guard is telling people to be dirty according to y'all, why y'all don't hate Chuck Daly? Daddy Rich. You know, he was slickest dressing coach in the world. But y'all love him and hate Isaiah Thomas. Help me understand. Well, guess what? Newsflash. Y'all need to be hating on this snitch company man, a.k.a. Michael Jordan. This dude talking about other people's money, snitching on people and their drug habits. But y'all love him. Isaiah Thomas, what he done? He didn't shake a man's hand. Man, I really question the manhood around here with this nonsense, man. Look, I'm not asking anybody to be an Isaiah Thomas fan. I'm really not. What I am asking, why ain't y'all mad at this dude? Look. As Isaiah Thomas said, if we would have been sitting on the company plane or the company bus cussing at our general manager, the whole world would have been on one. Why are they thugs? Let me ask y'all this. If the Pistons started this physical basketball, RC can attest to it, Chuck can attest to it, anybody over the age of 35 can attest to this. Every year when the playoffs used to start, it was a no layup rule. I've seen this with my own eyes. Kevin McHale stick out his arm and cut Kurt Rambis mid-flight across his neck. If I'm not mistaken, he did a flip in the air, landed on his back, almost could have broke his neck, and Isaiah Thomas and the bad boys were dirty. Check the records. I challenge you to Google Sidney Moncrief and Jerry Seasteen. Sidney Moncrief almost had an annual appointment to whoop Sidney Moncrief. Sidney Moncrief almost had an annual appointment to whoop Jerry Seasteen. He whooped that man 3 straight springs because he was a cheap shot artist. Danny Ainge got some of that action too. No disrespect to the homie D-Great. People like D-Great Cuz, Maurice Lucas were known as goons. Again, no disrespect to your family, brother. How do you get the nickname Goon if the Pistons started this? Because Big Mo was the man before the Pistons. I mean, help me understand. Zeke said he got, Zeke said he got hit just as much as MJ. Remember the Karl Malone cheap shot. 42 stitches in the man's head. But don't nobody remember that. Karl Malone and John Stockton are known as cheap shot artists and dirty players. Nobody talks about that. Kevin McHale, Kevin Willis, Karl Malone gave Zeke exactly 7 stitches over his eye. Karl Malone gave him 40, Chuck. Never liked Malone after that. It's like, I never liked him, period, before that. I think Karl Malone is one of the most overrated players in the world. Seriously. I don't want to get into that because I'm on this. But this is the thing that kills me, man. This is the way basketball was played. Dr. J is known as one of the more mature, smooth, composed, classy players in the history of the game. Look up a fight between the Boston Celtics and the motherfucking the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. 1981. The Boston Celtics were about to lose in the NBA Finals. Larry Bird goes on TV and say, my teammates played like a bunch of sissies. They start cheap shotting, Mike Dunleavy Sr., Calvin Murphy, and Mose Malone, and they beat them. Did the same thing 3 years later to the Lakers, and that's how Kurt Rambis got that clothesline. But the Pistons started this? Get the hell out of here, man. People used to hate the Lakers because the Lakers would run past everybody. So you got to slow that down. How you slow running down? By bumping you on your behind. See, I ain't trying to hear this, man. Y'all can give me some go ahead on with this nonsense. Look, I'm not recruiting people to the Isaiah Thomas party. I'm not like you Jordan lovers. They got to convince people every 5 minutes that Jordan is the greatest. Isaiah Thomas is the second best point guard I have ever seen in my life. I have never seen a dude outside of Magic at that position control the game the way he did. Now LeBron does it too, but in that fashion. He can kill you off the dribble. He can kill you on the pass. He can kill you with the jumper. Y'all could miss me with the analytics, manalytics. You and your computer can go jump in the lake still plugged in. Because, I'm not going to believe my lying ass eyes over your dumb ass computer. That's just it. Look, if you don't like Isaiah Thomas, you just don't like basketball. I'm not a fan of Kobe Bryant. I will never say I don't like him. That man was tenacious. The man could kill you from anywhere. Just like Isaiah. How you one of the top 10, 15 players in the league, and this boy don't even get talked about? They talk about Stockton. Everybody, look, check this to show you the bias in this whole get down. Charles Barkley is never brought up in the big time conversation. Dan Marino is never brought up in the big time conversation. You know why? Because they didn't win the big one. But Karl Malone and Stockton are always brought up. How? Numbers? Well, hell, before the hard murmur, Derek Coleman averaged 20 and 10. Look it up. 20 and 10, 19.9 and 10 before the hard murmur. Look it up. Like, man, well, hell, Jermaine O'Neal was cold-blooded too. Chris Webber. He ain't win nothing. Why he ain't one of the best? Please, man. Y'all full of it, man. Look, again, I'm not recruiting nobody because I know what I seen. I know what dude was capable of. I saw him beat a great percentage of the 50 Raiders. I seen him beat a great percentage of the 50 greatest players in the NBA history. You know what I'm saying? So how is it that he don't get his props? Help me understand that. Help me understand. This dude, 7% of the 50 grand. Come on, man. Y'all got to be kidding me. This dude, man, I don't get it, man. Y'all can do it the way y'all want to, man. Y'all can love who y'all want to. They might as well bring him up. 14% of the 50 greatest. He beat, over a 2-summer period, McHale, Walt, Bird, Parrish, Johnson, Worthy, Jabbar, Drexler. He took them all down. Oh, I didn't even count. You know what? I didn't even count Mike and Scotty. That brings it up to 18%. He damn near beat 20% of the 50 greatest, and his name is brought up about as much as anybody's. Steph Curry, the best small guard in NBA history. Steph Curry would get his lunch taken by Isaiah Thomas. Steph Curry did not want to see Isaiah Thomas. Let me give y'all a little fun fact on Isaiah Thomas. All those big time point guards y'all like, the Kenny Andersons, the Rod Stricklands, the Kevin Johnsons, the Tim Hardaways, the Gary Paytons of the world, the Kenny Smiths of the world. When those dudes came in the league, Isaiah Thomas baptized their ass with at least a 25-piece spicy and 11 dimes. Every one of them. I saw him make Kenny Anderson look like Kenny Shoes. So, with that being said, man, I ain't got no time to diss Michael Jordan. I think him snitching and talking about people's personal lives is some sucker shit. I think y'all who don't like Isaiah but still love Chuck Daly, y'all on some sucker shit. I think the fact that y'all ain't addressing the fact that Michael Jordan is snitching on people, you know what? Hell has unofficially frozen over. The reason I say that is this. Y'all got me out here agreeing with Stephen A. Smith. Y'all got me out here agreeing with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith took up Isaiah Thomas, Zeke beat MJ, Bird, and Magic and won a championship. He beat them motherfuckers in the same year to win a championship. It's crazy, man. Let me finish my list, and then I'm out of here. It started off with Seth Joyner, Anthony Carter, Antonio Brown, number 8, Shannon Sharp, Richard Dent, Tom Brady, James Harris, Curtis Martin, and the number 1 don't nobody know about you get drafted player in the history of the game is Terrell Davis. Point blank period. The reason I put him in front of Brady and Curtis Martin is because TD was hurt most of his career, and I put him in front of Brady. Most of his college career. I put him in front of Curtis Martin because Curtis Martin didn't win, and Tom Brady was part of a system. I'm not saying that Tom Brady was the system quarterback, but Taylor Davis did it was on him. My favorite moment was when Isaiah Thomas scored 25 points in the third quarter of NBA Finals game against LA on a busted up ankle. And then they act like the beginning of the end of their relationship is when Isaiah Thomas mentioned the potential bisexuality of Magic Johnson. That's what they claim, but all of a sudden they cool now. Why did Magic Johnson say he found out that there was a lie? See, that's the problem I got with Magic Johnson. It's easy to call a brother out, but it ain't easy to recant that goofy ass statement and apologize when you find out it ain't true. Because somebody put a rumor out that I'm supposed to be gay and that's how I got AIDS and that's not my get down, then I ain't never cool with you no more. So obviously, Magic Johnson and his family, because according to the interview that Magic Johnson said, his parents said, you need to fix that. Ain't nobody allowing you to slander their child and then tell you to fix that. Because they knew Lon Kruger or whatever his name was lying. And you know something else? I remember about 12 years ago, everybody was dragging Isaiah Thomas' name through the mud. Isaiah Thomas said, you know what? Ain't nobody else saying nothing else bad about me because I'm going to end up writing a book. All of a sudden, he came back on TV. He became the guy again. You know what's strange to me? One more thing. 2 more things. Something that's strange to me. Why is it that all the superstars, well, 3 of the biggest names in the game, Bird, Magic, and Jordan, have an issue with Isaiah? Scottie Pippen ain't one of the biggest names in the game, so miss me with that bullshit. They have an issue with Isaiah Thomas. Why do none of the young boys have no issue with him? Kenny Smith, man, when I came to the league, you really looked out. Rod Strickland, you like a big brother. Tim Hardaway, you like a big brother. Steve Smith, you like a big brother. Chris Webber, you like a big brother. Jalen Rose, you like a big brother. And on. Jason Williams, the brother who ruined his career in Chicago, you like a big brother. All of these guys, he like a big brother, but the big time stars don't like him. How did that happen? And last, and I'm done after this. I'm done after I say this. Please tell me, and I'm going to quote Julius Winfield Urban, a.k.a. Dr. J. Isaiah Thomas is gets a rap for freezing out Michael Jordan in his first All-Star game. Because what? Everybody says this is the story. Isaiah Thomas got all the players on the East and all the players on the West to freeze out Michael Jordan. And he won All-Star MVP that game. I just got one question. A dude who was at 85, Isaiah Thomas was in the league 4 years. 1985. I want to make sure I get this right too. Because part of this is a quote from Dr. J. And the rest of it is just good old fashioned common sense. Because